on my PC, but my mic on my PC was being a fucking pain in the ass. So I'm gonna try to make the video on my PC, my PS4 right now. So one of the things that I wanted to do, the main goal of this video, is giving people ideas and concepts on how to structure teams outside of the norm, and basically how I view team structure in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So this has become one of my favorite games. I used to play it when it first came out. I really love it, and the more and more I play it, the more and more I think about where characters should be, why should they be placed there, what's their point, what are my options to pairing characters with other characters. And there's a lot of fun to this game with that aspect. So I want to go over that with you guys, and go over each placement, the first spot, second spot, or third spot, what your general focuses should be, or what your thoughts should be on each position. So I'm going to start by going over. What I'm going to do is just do a generic, kind of basic team, and show that to you guys. So Akuma, we'll do Wolverine. Wolverine's very simple. We will do, let's see, Akuma. And actually, let's just do characters one by one based on their placement. So I'm going to do a couple point characters for you. So these are all characters that I believe function really well being point characters, for a couple of reasons. So let's go, actually let me do 2 points and a mid character. Let's do that. So before I get started, characters that I believe are good points in this game could be started off when you pick your your 3 set of characters, or characters like Wesker, Zero, Akuma, Crimson Viper, Magneto, Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Fist, Nova, Felicia, Morgan, She-Hulk, X-23, and possibly Deadpool, and also Firebrand. These characters are very good at keeping momentum going. They're often built around, you often build your team around these characters, because your goal of having your point character, your battery, is the life and blood of your team. Is you want this character to stay alive. You want them to be in the battle as long as possible. So for an example, what I'm going to do is have this as be off. And so basically the start of the match, one of the things that makes Wolverine really good is he can stay in the game. If he has a character that pops them up as an assist, he can often loop and kill characters without even needing to ever leave the match. So what I mean by that is, often times when you do a combo, or when you do something, you can go into the next character. You can DHC in and do the next character's super, and then obviously have them tack on damage and whatever cases. Wolverine doesn't really need to do that. So if he has a Wesker assist, I should have put Wesker's assist on. We're going to just put Wesker in really quick because it's a very easy example. I'm just going to put, and then I'll put Akuma in the bag. Is that Wolverine can stay on the field. And Wolverine's very solid at pretty much everything except zoning. He's very decent at building meter. So if I choose not to use a super, if I want to burn save a bar, I can. If I want to burn the bar and I don't have an assist and it's just me, or something happens, I have to switch out my team or whatever, he can go and he gets like 700,000 almost. So that's very good. If I want to keep him in the field and I want to build and get some damage with him, I can call an assist. Totally missed that. I'll just do the shorter version of that. I can call an assist. Forgive me, I never play PS4 and I hate it. I don't even know why I can't time that. It's a lot faster than I thought, I guess, on PS4. I swear to God, guys. So I can do my Tornado Claw, and what's cool is he loops that, so he can go in and keep that going without ever having to tag out. And what also is really cool is he can keep combos going. He can basically do a super and he's safe, and it doesn't really fucking matter if it hits or not. And he can, if it hits, he gets to extend combos, and if it's blocked, he gets frame advantage. So that's really stupid. And then he calls his assist, and then he does stuff, and if he has more meter, he can do stuff. So Wolverine's very good at staying in the field and staying on the battlefield until he dies. He's not really good as a mid character, because his assists absolutely suck. They really don't do anything to benefit any of the other characters, so there's really no point to that. Moving on to Wesker, I'll just hop right into Wesker, because he's very simple, easy to understand and kind of play with. Is Wesker, a lot of people will say he is a point character, but I actually, even though it's 2019 and people are getting a little bit better at playing Wesker, I still think that he's the most dominant as an anchor. The reason for that is because Wesker does an incredibly good job, probably one of the best characters in the game, at killing characters quickly and keeping his X Factor active, which is very, very important in X Factor. So if I pop my X Factor and I just do basic stuff, it's just like very simple. That wasn't even an attempted combo, really. You're almost dead. And then this is probably like almost death. It's probably going to do a little bit more because I had the shades on or whatever. That's like death, you know, and I'm not even trying it to do any difficult combo if I get it. And I can get that off of anything. Okay, there I go. I'm just going to do very simple damage. And the importance of X Factor is keeping that meter going, keeping that clock going. So let's see. I just land these hits and I do this stuff, right? So that would be one character dead. Look how much time I still have on that X Factor. Next character comes in. That's two characters dead. And then you just eat. It's very simple for him to kill a character. It's very, very simple. Next, I'll go into Akuma. So Akuma, in my opinion, is either an anchor, if actually a mid, or an anchor. I say mid because his assist is very, 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 very good. It pushes people away. It lets Wolverine follow up with stuff and go for conversions or whatever. Whatever. Da 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 da. And then he calls out Wesker, and he does his thing, and then he can loop. There you go, dead. So he can kind of keep. He's good as an assist, but as an anchor, there's no way he doesn't have Virgil normals, he doesn't have Dante normals, he doesn't have Phoenix bullshit, he doesn't have Strider shenanigans all over the screen. So he really kind of has to earn his way in and just hope he gets that hit, and then he can do damage, but it's hard for him to earn it, and he can't really mow through teams as quickly as Wesker can, or Phoenix can, or Virgil can, and he can't keep the shenanigans as strong as Strider, and he's not like crazy as Amaterasu. So anyway, with Akuma, I like him as point because he gets really good damage, and he gets a lot of good support with assist to cover him. So I can do something like this. And then if they're in the corner, I thought I was in the corner there. I wasn't. Then he could land that. Was I not close? There you go. Why isn't that S working? I should be able to get it. I hate you, PS4. Okay, so then he does that, but look at that damage. That was a simple combo, no bells or whistles, 854. If I'm doing max damage, he does over like 950, which will kill most of the characters in the game. And if you're playing in neutral in the start of the round, you're calling somebody like Sentinel Drones, he can go across over this. And one thing that's also cool too is he has real mix-ups, and he has an overhead that's comboable, and he does whatever, and then whatever. So, and on top of that, from air throws, if I get my dummy to jump, basically nearly any conversion, he can convert and get a full scale combo, which is really crazy. So you can go like this. So off of any conversion, He's going to build the meter to DHC or build it to do his full damage, get 800k off of a throw or 950 off of a regular hit. So he doesn't need X Factor to do damage because he does it by himself. He does it with assists. He does that already. So there's really no benefit to putting Akuma as your anchor. I believe he's a mid or a point. If you want to utilize that assist, that's wonderful because it is a great tool. But to put him all the way in the back of your team kind of really doesn't make sense. A lot of times what people were doing earlier on is they were putting a character like Sentinel as their anchor and having both characters go over that, but there's one big weakness with Sentinel, so I will go over that. I will go over let's go over Magneto, and let's go, or actually Magneto's pretty obviously a point, but let's go over a character like Doctor Strange. He's an interesting one. A character like Dante, and I don't know what's another character. Let's go Strider. Once again, these characters might not work together. I'm just picking random stuff and kind of going over each character that I believe that their ideal position is when you construct a team, when you're thinking about teams, when you're thinking about how viable a character is or how unviable a character is. So Doctor Strange, in my opinion, he's either a 2 or a 3. One of the things about him that I don't like him as an anchor is that if he is not in X Factor 3, you basically feel kind of useless with him against other anchors if he is not in X Factor 3. The thing is, with Wesker, a character like Virgil, a character like Phoenix, a character like Strider, a character like Super Scroll, kind of Super Scroll, a character like Amaterasu, you have a lot of really good tools and mobility and options even if you're not in X Factor 3, so you're kind of just not relying on the X Factor 3. I feel like if you play Doctor Strange at 3, you're very much so relying on him to be good in X Factor 3. But Doctor Strange, in my opinion, is very good as a 2. The reason why that Dante is not a point is he has a great set of assists that any selection will help someone. So you never feel like you're like, oh my god, I don't know if this assist will help this character because it's that kind of assist or this assist is that. So you can do the bolts with him. I picked the wrong character to change the assist on. So you could do like the bolts with him, which is really good. If you want like lockdown, you could do the daggers if you want to do cross-up shenanigans. If you're more of like a mobile and you want to cross people up and do stuff with those, that's really interesting. You can do stuff like that or whatever it may be. So it's more of a mix-up tool as opposed to a lockdown. Then you have the Eye of Agamotto here. If you want to be really defensive, if you have defensive characters that just kind of want to sit back, it's a really good tool if you want to keep chucking stuff. And it's also really, really good on incoming. So you could have him call the Eye, and then on incoming they have to guess on the Eye, so they have to block the Eye, and they can let me just snap him in. They have to guess the side of the Eye of Agamotto and get really good stuff there. So it's really, really great. And one of the other things that makes Doctor Strange really good as a 2 is off of every single character in the entire game, off of a DHC, if that character is coming in. So let's just say I do, if I play Strider, I'm doing some stuff with Strider. Let me just... Why don't I just put all the meter back? Who cares? Off of any character in the entire game, his DHC is going to hit, and it doesn't matter where they are because it tracks the opponent. So off of any character in the entire game, sorry, let me do it this way, and then go to Dante. It will connect, and that's really good. So you get the ability to have this amazing super in, and then set him up to work with your third character. So you think, alright, now I gotta work with my anchor and do this stuff, and I can do this, and do this, whatever you do. And then he's gonna build the meter to either burn the bar and go for a X Factor 2 and go early, and go into stuff and continue his pressure and work with an X Factor 2 level with the anchor, or you can save it up for your third character, build up your meter so that your X Factor 3 character, be it Virgil, be it Phoenix, be it Strider, be it Amaterasu, be whoever it is, they're ready to go. Because Doctor Strange doesn't use meter. He doesn't need meter because he builds bar incredibly well. And he just doesn't need it. Because he does amazing damage and meter build without burning meter. Or he can choose to burn it and kill. So that's why I believe, and his mobility, if you lose X Factor 3, you're stuck with nothing. You're stuck with very, very shitty mobile character. Going to Dante. Dante is not a point character because he's not really fast, and his normals are slow. They don't come out quickly enough, so characters like Magneto, characters like Wolverine, characters like Zero, they're going to get you. They're going to hit you because he's going to be kind of overwhelmed. And that's kind of Dante's problem, is he gets overwhelmed. And he needs to have space. He needs to control the match. He needs help to do that. He needs tools and things to help him do that. And let's watch. I get full screen Doctor Strange. Whatever. I'll show you Doctor Strange more. It works with every single character in the game. To have him come in as a 2 spot, it's amazing. Maybe whatever this. Whatever. I'm telling you, PS4's controller, I hate it. Alright, so now I'm gonna kind of show you, I didn't even show you Dante, I'm sorry. So Dante, one of the biggest things about him is that when he is in X Factor 3, he actually loses range. See that? Alright, see there? Let's go back to Dante. See? Hits. X Factor. Nothing. So Dante loses some of his tools, and on his crouching M, that's also shorter. See, it's like hitting his leg right there. It should be hitting. And I go back to Dante again. Hits. 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 So Dante actually loses some of his ranges and loses some stuff. And Dante doesn't mow through characters unless he has Devil Trigger. He has to have Devil Trigger in order to mow through characters and get through them cleanly to keep his meter for a lengthy bit of time. I believe that Rocket Raccoon is actually a mid character or an anchor. Preferably an anchor, in my opinion, because he covers for one of his biggest weaknesses and can kill faster, which he does not normally. Nova is definitely a point character. I believe he is. Hawkeye, I am a firm believer that he is actually a 2 character and not an anchor. The reason for that is that I don't think defensive characters are anchors. So characters like Arthur or Arthur or Hawkeye, or let's use, who's another defensive character? Morgan. I personally don't believe they are anchors. They can be anchors, but these characters should be 1s or 2s, preferably 2s. The reason for that is the following. It's very easy to explain this point and kind of go through this with all of the characters. So let's say, for instance, you are playing against these characters and they are defensive characters, and they have selected these characters as their anchors. So whoever you're playing, they're like, yep, I'm going to put Hawkeye anchor, Arthur, or Morgan. So Morgan is one of the stupidest characters in the game, so she might be part of the exception because Morgan can mow through characters in a way, but if you're playing her a specific way, it won't work. So Hawkeye is really good at zoning and keeping full screen, throwing projectiles at you, and doing that. Now, if I set the dummy to all guard, right? Because here I am a defensive character. I'm getting all this chip, and I'm getting all these great things on these characters. See how, Iron Man's health is starting to go down, and as I do it, it's set to refill. So, and I'm like, oh my god, eat all this chip. That's so much chip. The only problem is that once my X Factor runs out, I'm not really threatening them much. So if I use my X Factor first, and I'm losing, and I use that as a comeback tool, they aren't really afraid. Because now I can no longer chip them out with my amazing chip damage. because if I have to use my comeback mechanic first, I basically run a 50-50, because if I use the X Factor first, all the opponent has to do is block an advancing guard, wait until I'm done being lame, and then they need to activate, or they can activate and their tools aren't worth anything, because now they lose that whole ability to do that. So if I'm Arthur and I'm like, haha, you know, these projectiles are so good, I got Goddess Bracelet, and I'm like going in and I'm making you block this, all you have to do as the player is activate Factor 3, because Arthur is not going to go in and apply pressure. I'm not scared of Arthur. There's nothing I need to worry about with Arthur. I'm like, oh, you're just Arthur, like, you're not going to apply pressure. And Arthur's not going to be a point character because he can't really go in and do things, and he can't really control a pace of a match. Arthur is going to trip you up, you know, punish you if you make a mistake, wants to zone you, and he needs some help so that his zoning can be effective. So usually he is a 2. He has decent assists, he has decent things to kind of help him, but he needs a character to help him zone and to help him be lame, and to help him be able to set up his armor. He is an example of that. So I believe Arthur is a 2 spot. You should always have Arthur as your 2. You know, you do something with your point character, you're doing la-di-da-di-da, and then you do this, you're like, oh, I hit them, great, oh, that's a safe way for me to come in and do Goddess Bracelet. Okay, great, moving on, I can get him out, choose to use that cool assist if I want to beef up that assist, whatever, so on and so forth. Hawkeye is the same example. So if I have a character in and I want you to be lame, I can use Hawkeye, use that assist because it's very good. Okay, thanks for your assist. Go do my combo. I don't play Morgan at all. Do whatever. Who knows? Right? So that gives you that thing too. Morgan is either a point or 1 or 2. I don't really follow Morgan too much. I don't know much about Morgan other than that she's fucking retarded and very good. But that's generally how I view support characters. Support characters should be 2. They should be helping your main character in whatever their game plan is, but they lack a really good X Factor 3 comeback. So another character would be Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom has amazing assists, plasma beam, molecular shield, hidden missiles. They're all wonderful assists. But when you use him as an anchor, Dr. Doom doesn't really have mix-ups. Dr. Doom doesn't have incredible ways to make you block and make you scared. Whereas a character like, for example, Rocket Raccoon in X Factor, or Virgil in X Factor level 3, they do. And they melt health bars and they scare you. Another X Factor character, let me see, or Felicia. Felicia is possibly an X Factor character in my opinion. So but I feel like Doctor Strange and I feel like Doctor Strange is a 2. I feel like Rocket Raccoon is pretty good as a 2. But just remember damage. Damage is important in this game. Damage is incredibly important. The best characters in the game do stupid derp damage and have amazing space control. So anyway, with Rocket Raccoon, when he does basic combo, what's his... Oh, that's his thing. Okay. I don't play him, so I forgot his stuff. Right, so you know, basically that was 323. He gets like 5 or 600 for a combo. It's really bad. Right? Like, doesn't really build meter too, so he's really bad at building meter, so he's really not a point character. He uses a lot of it because he sets up traps and he sets up bullshit. And he can mix you up, and he can be like, hey, now I'm going to X Factor, now I'm going to go under here, I'm going to teleport behind you, now I'm going to hit you here, now guess what, now you're going to land on this thing, and now you're scared of moving, then I'm going to put you right on it, boom, now I got a combo, and you got a thing, and then whatever. So he's incredibly fast, and good luck blocking him, good luck blocking a good Rocket Raccoon, and I can do that level 3, so he covers his weakness of, I have shitty damage. Alright, I think I missed it. Whatever. But he gets shitty damage. But if he's in X Factor and he has meter, and you have somebody like Dr. Doom or Dr. Strange or Dante helping him build it and setting up that meter, he's gonna kill and he's gonna get you. And now you're just like, fuck, okay, now you're gonna set up these log traps. He's just gonna piss you off. Another character is Virgil. Simple, melts health bars. Virgil is one of the best, probably the best X Factor 3 character in the entire game because he melts health bars. That's the theme of the X Factor 3 characters, is they just melt the health bar. Look at that, no super, 853, didn't even blink an eye. Like, that's why Virgil is retarded, because he melts health bars. Another character is Felicia. Good luck on all this frame advantage. Now I got a command throw. And I got a super. When she's in full X Factor mode, even if you half-ass it, super good damage. And mix-ups. Whatever. So now if I have the Felicia as regular, Felicia is very bad at damage. 148, okay, like whatever. If I do regular combo, basic combo, it's not that much, but at the most that she can do with her absolute optimal stuff is around low 700, mid 600 stuff. She has a lot of resets and ways to make you block, but it's even scarier in X Factor 3. And to top it off, she has a low hitting assist, so it makes it an asset to keep her in the back, because she has a way to help you mix up your opponents, and your first and your second character can both benefit from doing that. So you're like, oh, okay, I have this benefit that's going to work both ways. It's going to help me for both of my characters. So both my first character and my second character get unblockables. It's kind of a nice tool. It's kind of a nice thing to have. Going over to a character like Crimson Viper, we'll do Amaterasu, and we will do Zero. Zero to me is definitely a point. If you don't have zero in point, you're crazy. Let's do like Storm. No, I can't do it. Yeah, that's just the characters I'm beating up. Alright, so these will be the last couple of characters I do. I'm not going to go through them. So Viper is definitely a point character. Viper builds bar extremely well. Forgive me, I'm on PS4 pad, so probably won't be able to land this. Oh my god, I did it. So Viper sets up the best DHD synergy in the entire game. It works for every character pretty much in the entire game, because it juggles them right above and in front of the character depending on the timing of when you go into the next character. So it's really, really, really good. And Viper has a reversal in her EX Seismo, so anytime any character is applying pressure, she can get out of it and start things herself. She takes a lot of time to do her combos, so X Factor 3, see, so that meant to getting to 640 it took a little while. And this is now, if she's by herself, look at the time already. So it's already pretty much almost gone. So Viper doesn't really benefit from X Factor 3 benefits. It just takes way too long for her. And she's a character that you take your slow sweet time on, and you do whatever you're going to do with Viper, and you build a team around Viper. You set up characters to help you lock down and go for mix-ups and do all kinds of cool stuff with Viper. Whatever. Okay, so I'm not going into... So Zero is another character. Zero is a point character. He has really all these cool tools. Oh, I hit the wrong button. He has all these cool things to do damage. Oh, that was interesting. Good shit. Fucking Zero, you're retarded. A lot of moves that mix up. Call and assist. Go here. Whatever. I'm just like scrubbing out. I don't play these characters. I don't play PS4 pad. Anyway, so there's that. Amaterasu has one of the best assists in the game. So if I do this, but one of the things and one of the reasons why I think Amaterasu is a very good anchor and one of the best is this. You do X Factor, you do slow down, so now you're super fast, they're super slow. You can do a combo, whatever. I dropped it, I know. Whatever, I'm just playing really fast, guys. So go do this stuff. Boop, boop. And then now you're slow, and then I do this. But basically, so Amaterasu actually has real mix-ups and things in the X Factor 3 with the slowdown, can basically do loops, has loops in X Factor 3. Forgot how to set it up. Yeah, and basically that is a loop. I don't know how to do it. I suck. And you do stuff like that. The reason why Amaterasu is not a 2 is because Amaterasu sucks at building meter and doing damage in either or situation. So if I'm here, I have that gauge off. That's a 2. So just like a basic combo, if I get a hit with Amaterasu in this stance is... did it. So you see where the meter is. And it doesn't really... Basically, you either burn the bar and you do like 500 damage, or you save them, you build like 80% of a bar and you do like... Yeah, like 400. It gets really stupid. So Amaterasu also takes some time to do combos, but the fact that she gets to play with bar in the 3rd spot and takes care of one of her weaknesses of damage, it helps her. So that's a good thing too. God, I'm terrible. I can't even... Amaterasu is so crazy. I can't even like control this character. What? Got it. Well, yay. So I like Amaterasu as anchor, and then if you look at 0 in X Factor 3, even if you do a basic combo with 0, doesn't really do that much damage. Well, that did, but it takes time because you want to build the meter, and you won't be able to do that with every character, because he won't build the bar in time, and he can't take hours and hours and hours to do his long combos because you want to kill characters quickly. So there's that too. And that pretty much covers it, guys. So when you think about characters, you want to think about what do they do, what can they provide. A character like Trish is not an anchor, definitely could be a point or a mid. I consider her a point. Character like Chun-Li, you give her assists, you give some help with her. She does have a pretty decent assist. She could be a 1 or a 2. Character like Spencer, I put him as a 1. You build character around him. He can kill characters and teams without DHCing and staying in the fight. Character like Hager, I would say, is a 2, because as an assist, he has Lariat, which is very, very good. It's invincible. It's great. He does pretty good damage, but if he's by himself, he's not going to come back, and he's not going to do anything because he has no way in. So you construct your teams that way. So you might have a team like, okay, I really like Magneto. All right, I need an assist. Let me put, I need somebody to really help him get in. All right, maybe I like Lariat because it's defensive. Okay, I can use that. And that is my anchor, who's going to also help Hager, but also be available to do good on their own. I'm going to put a character like Phoenix. So I have Magneto as a character that's like my meter builder. If I need to do a loop or DHC into Hager, I could do something like that, save meter, because Hager is going to do a lot of damage without even using any bar. You could set up an assist to work with Phoenix, to work with Hager. I'm just going off stuff on the top of my head. Another example that you could do is Captain America. I want Captain America as my point. I'm going to need a character to assist him and to help him zone and cross up and do stuff. And then I want to want a character to be an anchor, such as Virgil. Because Virgil's really stupid. Virgil can help Sentinel push them away, get extensions from there. Another team idea would be a character like Viper. And I'm going to have Dante in the middle to support Crimson Viper. And then in the back, I'm going to put Strider, because Sea Viper can get conversions off of Strider, and Dante can convert off of Strider's Vajra assist. Another example team that I could use is Hulk. I like Hulk as my point. I want Sentinel as my 2, because I want to be able to extend with Hulk and get some conversions in DHC into Sentinel if I need to, or just stay up. And then I'm going to use Wesker, because Sentinel can be supported by Wesker. I mean, Wesker and vice versa, so I can intermittently change them, because Wesker can get assist support by Sentinel if I want to flip them in mid-match, and Sentinel can also get extended conversions off of Wesker. One last kind of example that I will do is I'm going to use X23. I like X23 because I want to be able to do a lot of stupid shit, and then I'm going to use Doom, because Doom's going to help her with plasma beam or hidden missiles. And then I'm going to use a character like Super Skull, because that Tenderizer assist will lock him in place, so I can use the X23 whatever. Sorry, I didn't see that I picked Hulk, so it was X23 Doom Scroll. And one final team that I will do is Magneto. I like Magneto as my point character. He's going to do a lot of damage, and he's going to build a lot of bar. And then I'm going to have a character like Dormammu, because Dormammu is really great, and because Dormammu is fucking stupid. And I'm going to put a character like Virgil in the back. Or I'm going to put, let's see, I could do Magneto, and then I could do a character like Akuma. And then backing up Akuma, I'm going to have a character like Wesker. And then I can also use that to extend from Magneto too. So those are a couple team ideas. Those are just random things that I'm spitting off the top of my head. I can do a character like Felicia on the point. And then I want to have Felicia backed up by, let's see, Doctor Strange, because I want to have that bolt to the ball sack assist, so I could get in and do command tabs, maybe while they're crouching. DHC into Spell of Ashanti, because Felicia super pops them up, and Doctor Strange can still catch that. And then for my 3 spot, I'm going to have Strider, because I can have Felicia get conversions off of Strider, and I can have Doctor Strange land supers if need be by Strider's assist, and have time to set up Eye of the Agamotto. So those are some team ideas. Those are some things. You could do Zero, you could do Sentinel, and you could do Virgil. Those are some ways to do. So I hope this gives you guys some team concepts and ideas of thinking about your teams, or if you are thinking about playing the game, check us out on the Discord. I will link in the video as well. Thanks guys, and play Ultimate Marvel. Don't play Street Fighter 5, don't play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they suck. Don't play Dragon Ball FighterZ, because that game has no neutral. Alright guys, take care, peace.